The courtroom was silent, except for the arrogant laughter of billionaire Marcus Hale. He smirked as the single dad in worn-out boots stood before the judge, holding his daughter's tiny hand. "Your Honor," Marcus sneered, "this nobody thinks he can sue me. He doesn't even own a car." Everyone turned to look at the veteran, Jack Carter. His face was calm, but behind those steel-blue eyes was a man who had faced worse than humiliation. Jack wasn't there for money or fame. He was there because a few months earlier, Marcus Hale's construction company had bulldozed the small community center that Jack had built with his fellow veterans, without warning, without compensation. It wasn't just bricks and wood, it was a lifeline for struggling soldiers and single parents. Jack had tried to reason with Marcus, even begged his assistant for a meeting. But the billionaire only sent him a letter saying, it was just business. That day, Jack decided he wouldn't stay silent. Now, standing in court, Jack didn't have fancy lawyers or expensive suits. He represented himself, armed only with truth, quiet dignity, and his daughter Emily's small drawing tucked in his pocket. Marcus's lawyer ridiculed him. "Mr. Carter," he said mockingly, "did you even finish high school before joining the army?" Jack smiled faintly. "I didn't have much, sir. But I had a reason to serve." The courtroom chuckled. Even the judge sighed. It seemed hopeless. Marcus's team had stacks of legal documents, while Jack had a few worn-out papers and photographs of the veterans who once gathered at the center. But then, Jack asked to speak that he stepped forward, holding up a picture. It showed a group of old soldiers and young kids standing in front of the community center, smiling. "This isn't about money," Jack began quietly. "It's about promises. Men who came home from war, broken but still breathing, needed that place to remember who they were. It gave them hope. And when Mr. Hale's company destroyed it, he didn't just tear down a building, he tore down memories." He paused, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "I'm not asking for millions. I'm asking for responsibility." The courtroom fell completely silent. Even Marcus, for the first time, shifted uncomfortably. Then Jack did something no one expected. He walked up to Marcus, calmly, and extended his hand. "I forgive you," he said softly. "Because hate only builds more walls. I've seen enough walls in my life." Marcus didn't take the hand. Not yet. But when the judge adjourned, something strange happened. As Marcus left the courtroom, a young man approached him, a veteran in a wheelchair. "Mr. Hale," he said quietly, "that man you mocked, he saved my life in Afghanistan. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here." Marcus froze. "What did you say?" "He dragged me out of an explosion. Lost half his hearing because of it. Jack Carter is a hero." For the first time, Marcus's arrogant mask cracked. A week later, Jack was repairing a neighbor's roof when a black SUV pulled up. Marcus Hale stepped out, no suit this time, just jeans and a plain shirt. He looked awkward, almost human. "I rebuilt it," Marcus said quietly. "The community center. It's bigger now. In your name, and for every veteran who needs a place to heal." Jack's hammer dropped from his hand. He stared in disbelief. Marcus continued, voice trembling, "I thought success was about power. But today, I realized it's about purpose." Emily ran up and handed Marcus a drawing. It was of two men shaking hands in front of a new building. "My daddy says forgiveness makes strong people," she said sweetly. Marcus smiled, his eyes wet. "Your daddy's right." Months later, the new Carter Veterans Center opened its doors. Reporters swarmed, cameras flashed, but Jack stayed in the back, watching quietly as Marcus handed over the keys to the community. When someone asked Marcus why he did it, he simply said, "Because a man who has nothing taught me what it means to have everything." As the sun set, Jack looked at his daughter playing with the other kids and whispered, "Maybe some battles are won without weapons, just heart."